guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Hannah, and today's video we'll be testing and reviewing the Milani Conceal and Perfect Stick Foundation and the Milani Conceal and Perfect Longwear Concealer. So if you want to see what my thoughts are on these two products, then please keep watching. So these are now in the UK available on Beautyblender. Originally I couldn't get a hold of this. I was asking everywhere, where can I get it, where can I get it, where can I get it, because I am a huge concealer, foundation, base junkie. Anytime I see a new concealer or foundation come out, I'm wanting to get it. And especially I've seen the new Milani stick foundation come out. I've only seen one review on it. I only tend to watch Samage. I think her name is Samage. I watch her quite often, and we're normally around the same shade. She's either above one of me or I'm above one of her. It depends on the situation. So when I saw her review these, I didn't look exactly at her review. I looked at more of the shade so I could sort of get an idea, but I haven't watched any reviews on this. So I really wanted to check these out as they're now available in the UK. Now, like I said, you can get them on Beautyblender. The only thing I'm going to say, and I don't know why brands keep doing this, when a product is in dollars, please keep the amount of, convert the dollars into pounds instead of upping the price. So I think the concealer, the Milani concealer, is $9, but on the Beautyblender website is £12. Now for both of these I paid £26, which may sound cheap, but at the same time this is more of a drugstore in the middle brand. So £14 for a foundation, I'm hoping it's good. I'm just being completely honest. Normally I would expect it to be about £9–10. I know the other foundation is £13. I'm not worried about price or anything like that, but yeah, I don't really know where to put brands such as LA Girl, Milani. Are they drugstore? Let me know what you think. Are they drugstore? Are they in the middle? Are they high end? The Milani foundation, this is the Conceal and Perfect. Now I'm guessing this is the stick version to the actual liquid. I had tried the liquid years ago. Funny fact, the Milani foundation was originally the first ever foundation I've ever tried. Weirdly, it was the complete wrong shade. I remember what shade I got. I think I got shade 4, 5 or 6. I can't remember. But it was so wrong for me. That foundation I can't use again because I just don't know my shade with it. There is no shade for me, which is weird. None of them match me at all. I all look really grey or really orange. Now, I never find a tone where I'm grey or orange, but for some reason with that foundation, I was grey or orange. So I'm hoping that because this foundation has more shades, that this will provide what I need. So it comes with, how many shades are there? There are 19 shades, I think, 19 or 20 shades. So it says,
the foundation stick is a full coverage foundation stick. Milani's full coverage creamy foundation stick blends seamlessly to cover imperfections and to even out skin tone. The weightless stick delivers a natural matte finish that lasts up to 12 hours, available in 20 shades, okay, there's 20. The transfer and water resistant formula contains bamboo powder to absorb oil and lily extract to lighten the look of pores. So it's vegan and cruelty free, which
to me sounds good so far. So it's a natural matte finish and lasts up to 12 hours. I don't really wear foundation for 12 hours. I wear it for a few hours, and that's about it. But I'm going to show you guys whether it evens out skin tone, covers imperfections, because I have got a few, and what I think of the finish and all of that jazz. So that's that. As I said, it retails for £14 on Beautyblender website. I picked up the shade 240 Neutral Beige. Anytime I see a neutral beige in a foundation, I tend to go for that. I don't know if I'm more of a beige tone, not too sure, but I know I'm neutral or natural. So natural beige is described as medium with warm neutral undertones. I would say I have warm neutral undertones. That's my personal opinion anyway. I have neutral, but I'm more of the warm neutral than neutral. So this comes with 13 grams of product. Let's see how much that actually is. When I got this yesterday, okay, that's not too bad. £14, I'm going to be honest, it's not too bad. It's not as bad as the Maybelline stick foundation, which had a stupid amount of foundation in it. It was absolutely ridiculous. But for 13 grams, £14, I'm not too disappointed. Now onto the concealer. It's a full coverage concealer, the creamy full coverage and water resistant concealer and Perfect Longwear Concealer disguises skin woes and woes and lasts up to 12 hours, perfect for covering under-eye dark circles, blemishes and skin discoloration. Available in 18 shades, the hard-working formula is infused with vitamin E to help replenish skin's moisture. It's vegan and cruelty-free. I love that they're both vegan and cruelty-free, so you guys that are only use vegan and cruelty-free makeup, this is a good one for you if you're looking for a foundation and concealer. 18 shades, not too bad. I don't know why there could be 20, not moaning. I picked up the shade Light Beige. Light beige is described as light medium with warm neutral undertones. I tried to go very similar to this shade because I don't really like a brightening effect on my under eye. That's just my personal opinion. And this has 5 milliliters of product for £12, which is okay. I think the prices are not too bad. They could be better. They always could be better. We always like a bargain, but I'm not complaining. Onto the application. I am not going to prime. I've already prepped my skin. I've moisturised, and I moisturised with the Dermalogica Clear Start Mattifying Moisturiser, Clearing Defence SPF 30. I'd always advise right now because it's summer, and if you're in the UK and are in London or anywhere in the UK, you guys know this heat has been awful. Actually, I don't think it's been that bad. I haven't gone out, so yeah, I've put this on. Always, please always wear your SPF, and please make sure you're always drinking water. I forget that myself, but remember, drinking water. Please check on your family members, the elderly, the more vulnerable, the children, your pets, dogs, all of that. Please check on them to make sure that they're okay and they're surviving well in the heat. Make sure, as I said, you're drinking water and applying your SPF. This shade looks pretty decent. I personally think if it's with my neck, it looks pretty decent. If it comes up a bit light, it's fine. I am going to use the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush to actually blend this out. This is one of my favourites. I completely forgot about I had this brush. It might be a little light for my forehead, but that tends to be with everyone, but it is generally a pretty good match. So what I am going to do now is I am going to start to blend this in. So we have blended that in. I'm going to go in with a sponge just to make sure we've eliminated any creases. That was a few stripes. You guys saw how many stripes I had put on my face. I will say, I don't know how to explain it. If you guys have tried the... Right, so the Maybelline stick foundation, for me, it sort of blends in like a liquid foundation, if you guys know what I mean. It has that texture to it. But this one is definitely more of a drier stick foundation. It's definitely matte. Like, I can tell from the application of when I was blending it in, it was matte. I think this would be very difficult to blend in with a sponge first hand, so you have to go in with, I personally think you have to go in with a brush first. But looking at it, it doesn't look too bad. It blends in quite quickly, which is nice. If you're on the go, this would be quite good to go with. I do think this is a foundation that will cling to dry patches and those nooks and crannies in your nose. Like, I'm seeing it's gathering in my nose already, and it's starting to look a little bit like cakey. I'd love to see how this would be if I primed it. Maybe I should do it on my Instagram where I'll prime my skin and let you guys know. But yeah, sometimes I like to try foundations with just on my skin, just how they look. I feel like I'm gonna be honest, I feel like I'm getting minimal to medium coverage. Like 100% the liquid foundation gives tons more coverage. I don't know if you guys can see, but it's nice. It's definitely evened out my skin tone. I'm liking that. Like, I could probably just go about my day. Probably wouldn't want to because I could still see my under eyes and whatnot, but it's not terrible. I don't hate it. Just, I feel it could be a little bit more covering. With the concealer, now the concealer for some reason reminds me of the Urban Decay one. I don't know why, I really love this whole like vibe. It's really nice. Like, the whole packaging is just amazing. Let me have a smell, because I have a feeling this might smell like the Urban Decay one. Yeah, if you know what the Urban Decay and MAC foundation, not foundations, concealers smell like, that the MAC one in the pot, the Pro Longwear, and the Urban Decay one, these smell exactly the same, and I think it has a similar dough fit as well. It's flat. I think it's like a paddle. Do they call it a paddle? I don't know. So I am just going to go in with this one and apply this to my under eyes. I might go a little bit heavy duty just to see how much coverage this gives, but I'm just going to go in my under eyes. Okay, so the texture, oh, I really like this colour of concealer. Like, this colour of concealer is gorgeous. So, I like the texture of it. It's really creamy. I only went in once, as you guys could see. I just went in once. It has a lot of product and it looks coverable, like, even just looking at it, like, it's very pigmented. So we are just now going to go and blend this in. What I will do is I'll start with my chin. I'll let it warm up underneath my eye first. Hopefully this doesn't dry down, and on my forehead, and then we'll go in with my under eyes. Okay, from first stance, this concealer has coverage. Like, it has coverage. Okay, so let's see how this blends out on my forehead. Yep, I agree. 100%, because I don't really have many acne scars on my my chin, but it's still covered. This concealer covers. So what I am now going to do is I am going to start to blend it in on my under eyes. Okay, so I'm not going to do that all. Okay, can we take a moment? That there is coverage. I'm just going to be completely honest and throw it out there. This concealer has a coverage. It's not scented on the skin. It feels really, really nice. It blends in like a dream. Like it really blends. Do you like my doll beauty mirror, by the way? I love it. It blends in like a dream. Like seriously, it really blends in nice on the skin. Really light. Like it's not like, oh my god, I've got coverage, like oh my god, I've got coverage, but it's heavy. It's really not. I've got a little hair on my eye. Off the bat, this could be my new favourite concealer. Like that with the foundation has gone so well. Wow. I am so impressed. 100% I prefer the concealer over the foundation off the bat. Just going to be honest and throw it out there. I don't know if you guys can see the coverage that this concealer is giving me. It's really like, oh, it just looks so nice under the under eyes. Like, I'm really impressed. I've got to set it, obviously, but off the bat, and it feels so lightweight underneath the under eyes. Like, it's not heavy. Excuse my intense eyebrows, by the way. I've got nothing on them. I had them microbladed, as I keep saying, but I just want to make note to all you guys that are probably going to say, oh, she has really intense eyebrows. I'm sorry, I just had them microbladed. But yeah, I've got a little bit of dryness in between, just because when I had my microbladed, I've tried to avoid them because they have to have dry healing. But it looks like, do you see that glow? I don't know if you can see on my cheekbone. There's a little bit of glow there. This looks so right, I can't wait to set it and then see how we get on. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do the rest of my face, wear this for a couple of hours, and then come back to you with my final thoughts. Okay, so I'm back. I've done the rest of my face. I finished off. I've gone and done a few things. So yeah, on my lips, I know you guys are going to ask, I've got the MUR Beauty Badass Icon Lipstick in Maya. This is a really, really nice colour. I thought it was going to be a bit too dark, but it's not. My lashes are Doll Beauty lashes in the style Danielle, yep. And on my eyes, I have the Huda Beauty Neon Pink palette, which this look is a very basic look, but I think with neons, you don't want to go too much, don't want to go too broad. How are you guys liking my hair look, by the way? I don't know if I look like I'm in primary school again, but I quite like it. I don't know. Let me know what you think. So my overall thoughts on the foundation and concealer, if I look up in the mirror, the concealer, I am like, all right, if you want to like not feel cakey, then the foundation is absolutely amazing. So I would say that like the foundation you go on with very lightly, then the concealer is what you build on. I've always, as I'm getting older and I'm seeing how my skin acts, you're gonna want to do that anyway. So you'd want to apply a really, really light layer with the foundation, and then go in with the concealer to build. So go over the areas of the foundation that you need, like these areas, to even out skin tone, and then the concealer will conceal dark spots, pigmentation, all that jazz. So I actually think I put the perfect amount of foundation on. Now, what do you guys think of the look? I really, really like it. I really, really like it. I think it looks really lovely on the skin. It doesn't look too much. Sorry if I wasn't focused before. Not too sure if I was or wasn't. It looks really nice. There's no really dry patches other than in between my brows, which has sort of calmed down now. I did set my skin, but I went in with a sponge that I'd like soaked with setting spray. I did go in with the Huda Beauty Rest in Boss face just on a sponge, and I just set my pore area just in case I'd get oily. I haven't, and I've had this on for a few hours. I haven't got oily, but so far I'm really impressed. The concealer is definitely a massive yes. Like if you want to buy anything from those two, get the concealer, because obviously, of course, I am now a massive concealer fan in terms of like I won't go in with foundation. I'll just go in with concealer. Yeah, I'm very on much about the base and without foundation, because don't get me wrong, it's lovely to have a little bit of foundation on, but honestly, you're all beautiful, your skin is beautiful, you do not need it. If you want it, go for it, of course, like live your best life. But yeah, I think, so overall, it's really nice. The concealer has slightly creased, but I generally think that's because I didn't use enough setting powder and my face was like oily as hell. So I think that, but when you look at it, it doesn't look creasy. It's only when you pull it down, it's like I've realised I've not set as bad, like as much as I thought. So it's not, I don't think that's the concealer's fault. But yeah, if you have tried this concealer and foundation, please let me know what you think. I would definitely recommend I think the foundation even is really, really nice. Like I'm more into, you know guys, I used to be into my very full coverage. I still love that full coverage, but sometimes I like my skin to seep through, and I get coverage with this foundation, but my skin still appears through the foundation, if you know what I mean. Not the like pigmentation and all that, but my natural skin glow, my natural skin seeps through the foundation. So if you have like this foundation and you're getting it yourself, please let me know in the comments. I'd love to have a little bit of a chat with you. Let me know what your thoughts are on the concealer and foundation already. Let me know if you want to try out a full face of Milani and what other products you'd like me to review. I really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a massive thumbs up. It would mean the world to me. I love these two little curly things. Anywho, I love all of you. Please follow my Instagram, which is Hand Sent Loose. I'm very active on that. I post daily. So yeah, I hope you guys take care, and I shall see you in my next video. Bye.